Alrighty, welcome back to Final Fantathon, our quest to Let's Play every single Final Fantasy mainline game. And today we're getting back into Final Fantasy II, as well as celebrating Hollow Month 5, our annual Halloween celebration. We actually started yesterday, and today's the second day of Hollow Month. And it's been awesome. It's been super fun. This year is mostly based on Doom. We're playing through the entire Doom series, from the original Doom all the way to Doom Eternal, and doing some other restrictions and stuff as well throughout the games. And it's been a blast. We're also doing some Doom mods, including some crazy mods. So yeah, it's been a really good time. And it's only been one day, and we still have a whole month left. We got Boney here hanging out with us, as well as Aerith's over here, because we got an Omni chair right before Fantathon started. So we're all ready to go. We got the whole crew. I've had another really long week. Last week was really long because it was the final week of going to the hospital for my son. This week was the first week with my son home, which, if you have ever had a newborn child in the house, you know exactly what that's like. Basically no sleep. And at the same time, a bunch of other stuff went down, like my furnace broke, and the internet issues have still been going on, and we've been trying to fix that, and so it's been a really long week. So I forget kind of everything from last week. I remember that we're in this castle trying to get the white mask, and I remember the secret entrance. I don't remember where I've gone in this castle, so this is going to kind of be... I'm going to have to remap myself here. And I know we got to do... we got to get the white mask, and then we got to use the white mask and the black mask to get through the dungeon with the doppelganger. I forget where that is. I think it's on the island or something. I forget where that is. Wherever that dungeon is, we gotta get through that dungeon with the doppelganger, use the mask on the doppelganger, get the staff, use the staff on the statue that's in the wizard town, and that'll get us Ultima. And then I don't even remember why we're getting Ultima. I guess to defeat the soldiers, right? Defeat the bad guys. Just cast Ultima and win. He's doing good. He's doing real well. Because plot, yeah. Because we always have to get Ultima. How's it going, Nitro? Okay, Yo, sweet! Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime! You could use Twitch Prime on any other channel in the world. It's totally free as long as you already own Amazon Prime, so I appreciate you using it here. That means a lot. Final Fantasy II is good. I've been enjoying it. I think this kind of shows me how big of a fan I am of Final Fantasy, like how ingrained it is in my brain, because everyone seems to hate Final Fantasy II if they hate any of them. And I'm really enjoying it, but who knows? It could get it could get bad. This could be the honeymoon phase. I could hate it by the end. Is it odd to think there's 100s of hours of you streaming online from over a number of years? I'm watching some YouTube stuff and I wanted to know how that makes you feel. Yeah, it's pretty weird. especially since I was never like, you know what's weird? Like, I was definitely one of those people that hated taking, getting pictures. Like, I kind of still am. Like, I still don't like pictures much. I don't like how I look in pictures. I don't like people being able to look at the picture and be like, look, you look like a goofball. Like, I still don't like pictures. Yet there's like 9 hours of me every day, 4 days a week for the past 3 years that anyone could go, well, a lot of those are gone now, but yeah. There's like all this video of me, and that doesn't seem to bother me at all, but like one picture and I'm like, you better delete that off your phone. So I don't know, it's weird. See a Prodigy. This game does not need more Craig, it has plenty of Craig. Yeah, I think my opinions on some stuff have changed. I mean, I've kind of been the same person in general since college. Like, I did a lot of changing in high school, for sure. But other than that, you know, none of my big... Yes! Frickin' yes! Yes! I got a shirt. I don't think a lot of my core values have changed or anything, but definitely some of my opinions on like games and stuff has changed. I think probably the biggest change is the remake, because when the remake was first announced, I was super excited, and then after that, that like couple of years of Square saying nothing about it and all the rumors coming out, I kind of turned to hate it. And then after they started showing stuff again, I started to be into it again, and then when it came out, I really enjoyed it. So that was kind of a roller coaster ride. I think a lot of people had that same ride though, where like they loved the idea of the remake, and then they hated the idea of the remake, and then they loved the idea of the remake, and then they had their actual opinion on it when it came out. How's it going, Demon? Welcome to the show. Just what I wanted for Christmas. Yeah, I kind of did get a bit negative about the remake because it was just never-ending questionnaire about it every day for like 2 years. And I never really like minded that. I kind of minded it when people would come up and be like, what do you think of it, and then leave. But I never minded talking to you guys about it. But it did get old after a while. Like, it's like, okay, there's only so much we can talk about when it's not out yet, you know? There's only so much we can speculate about. Especially back then when we knew pretty much nothing. We knew it was an action RPG, and that's about it. It'd be funny to go back and look at all the stuff we theorized about. We theorized about so much stuff. And some of it ended up being true, but a lot of it didn't. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I don't get that many questions about Part 2, but the number one question I get more than anything is, what do I think is going to be in Part 2? For whatever reason, everyone always asks, like, well, what are your theories about Part 2? Everyone wants to know my theories about Part 2. I really don't have that many theories about Part 2. I think it'll end in City. That's like my only theory. But that's kind of out the window because now there's all these rumors coming out about it being like the final game and stuff. But before all that came out, I mean even after that came out, because those are just rumors, but I think it'll end in City, and I think we won't get our stuff back. Those are my only two theories. Other than that, who knows? It's Square Enix. But, you know, if the last 2 weeks weren't me literally in the hospital every hour that I wasn't streaming, I wanted to do a video talking about the rumors. I still want to. I'm hoping I have time next week. I want to do a video about the rumors, just talking about them. I think that would be a fun video. Because there's a lot of them, and they're weird. I also had no idea where they come from. I don't know where people get these rumors from. I've never really understood that. I understand, like, there's these Twitter accounts from people who are, like, in the industry, and they try to get, like, the down low on stuff and then tweet it out. I get that, but some of the other rumors I hear, like, just some website will publish an article that's like, looks like Sid isn't gonna be in the remake, and then everyone just copies that, and then it becomes a rumor. And I'm like, well, where did they get that idea from? Like, who told them this? If it's not a Square Enix employee, then there's like no ground for it. So people always seem to believe rumors. Rumors seem to be, at least in the gaming industry, it seems to be like true until proven false. You know what I mean? Instead of the other way around. Whenever something comes out, it's always like the company has to come out and disprove the theory, or else it's fact. Which is weird. It's not really like that for anything else. But it is for games. Like, if Square Enix doesn't come out and be like, no, Sid's gonna be in it, then everyone's like, oh my god, Sid's not gonna be in it. Yo, Shadow, thank you for the 1,000 bits. For some odd reason, the donation page won't load on my phone, so I guess bits are a good secondary option. Oh, sorry about that. I'm not sure why that happened. It's just a Streamlabs page, and then there's another one on my website that's just a PayPal page. Maybe that one would work better for you, since it doesn't go through Streamlabs. But yeah, sorry about that. Thank you for the 1,000 bits, though. I appreciate it a lot. We're already a fifth of the way to our goal, our first goal for Hollow Month, which is super exciting. Well, the thing about Square Enix is that anything's plausible. They could just be like, Tifa's not in it. And people will be like, I could see that happening. It's Square Enix. Donald Duck is in it. Yep, I could see that. I could see him fighting Rude. That makes total sense to me. Now I'm hyped for part 2. Donald Duck, are you kidding me? So what? Did we really get a shirt? Because, like... Why? Backstabber. I actually really like, is this sewage water? Gross. I really like how over the top the remake was, to be honest. It really makes it its own game. If you're gonna make a remake, it's gotta be like over the top, or else people are just going to be like, why wouldn't I play the original? You really want to make it stand out, you know? So I never had an issue with it being over the top. I much prefer it being over the top. And if I'm being honest, you know, I'm not going to go too far into the remake for people that haven't played it and stuff, but the dance scene in the Honeybee Inn, I honestly really liked that, because when the remake, before the remake came out, one of my biggest fears was that they weren't going to be able to capture the original humor. Now there's a good Final Fantasy right there. That's a good Final Fantasy soundtrack. Think of it, the 22 months, Big Red. Time to get spooky. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, that's an actual song on the soundtrack for Final Fantasy 13-3 Lightning Returns. It's fantastic. But yeah, I was afraid that they weren't going to capture the humor well, because Final Fantasy VII is really a hilarious game. Like, there's so much tongue-in-cheek humor and just goofiness in Final Fantasy VII. And it's important because it cuts through the extremely serious and dire story. The game would basically be a huge downer if it weren't for the ridiculous nature of some of the jokes. Like Hojo just sitting on the beach with a bunch of babes and just all sorts of like ridiculous, and like the date scenes and stuff. If it weren't for that ridiculous humor, the game would just be a big downer because it's really depressing and a very serious story. So I was afraid that they weren't going to be able to capture that in the remake. But they really did. They did their best to try to put in a lot of goofy moments, and like, not to the point where it's annoying, but to the point where it's funny and then it moves on, you know? The sauce. Yeah. So I really, really enjoyed that a lot. That really made me feel like they were trying to capture the essence of the original and not try... Because the thing about remakes that frustrates me is a lot of times they don't try to capture the feeling of the original. They try to take advantage of the original. You know what I mean? So instead of remaking a game and giving you that same feeling, they take the stuff that was good in that game and just try to put it on a $60 disc and sell it to you. I don't really know if I have a really good example. Maybe Crash Team Racing, where like, sure, all the good stuff from Crash Team Racing is there, but they missed the heart of CTR, which is just a fun multiplayer game, and instead crammed it with microtransactions and skins and a multiplayer that really isn't that great, and also broken. So yeah, all the mechanics are there, but the heart isn't there. And with the Final Fantasy VII Remake, I really do think they did a good job trying to capture the heart of the game. Now, of course, you can argue with me and say, like, yeah, but they changed a bunch of stuff, and that ruins the heart. For me, I don't think it does as much, but I could see that argument. I definitely think, like, the ending and stuff misses the heart of the game a bit, but some of the other changes they made were amazing. I loved some of the changes they made. They really, like, thought about what would make the game feel more Final Fantasy VII. Because I think what people don't understand is, like, if I ask, how do you make the Final Fantasy VII Remake more like the original, some people will just say, like, copy the script, copy the events. And that doesn't really make it feel like Final Fantasy VII. I know it sounds like it does, but it doesn't. If the Final Fantasy VII Remake were all these super high-def characters walking around just regurgitating the script of the original game, I don't think it would feel like the original game. It would feel like some kind of weird, like, retelling of the original game. It just wouldn't really feel right, you know? They added specific things that makes it feel even more like the original, you know, in certain ways. Like the scene with Aerith at her house. That wasn't in the original, but it feels like it could have been in the original, you know? So that's what impressed me the most, was that there was stuff in that game that I was like, this isn't in the original, but it could have been. Like, to the point where I thought, you know, if I wasn't someone that's literally played the game every day for 7 years, I could have thought that maybe I missed it. If I was someone that only played Final Fantasy VII once and then played the remake, there were certain things in the remake that I would have thought was in the original that I just missed. You know? And that's the sign of a good remake. For sure. That is the sign of a remake that's done its job. If you actually think to yourself, was this in the original? And it has Chadley, so best game ever. But of course, it had a lot of problems as well. I'm not trying to say it's perfect. I'm just playing advocate to the remake at the moment, but it did have its problems. Is this the mask? Oh yeah. And we get out. Yeah, I mean, to say that they don't care about the property is probably just inaccurate. Now, did they go overboard with the ending? Probably. But, do they care about it? Heck yeah. They wanted to make it... They wanted to make Final Fantasy VII the talk of the town again. They wanted to do everything they could to make everyone enjoy Final Fantasy VII again. You know what I mean? They definitely cared. And to this day, they still have not updated the game or given it any DLC or microtransaction other than the pre-order bonuses being available. So, to say it was a cash grab is, in my opinion, very inaccurate. Some people argued that it was a cash grab just for being itself. Like, the Final Fantasy VII Remake is just automatically a cash grab because it's the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I really disagree with that. Like, because what else were they going to do? Everyone wanted them to make a remake. You know what I mean? You can't make a remake but not make a remake. Like, they had to make the remake, you know? How is... It's not a cash grab. It'd be like if everyone asked for Skyrim 2. Like, for years and years and years, everyone asked for Skyrim 2, and then Bethesda starts making Skyrim 2, and everyone's like, wow, cash grab, just cashing in on the first Skyrim. Like, no, you asked for this. Okay, so this is where I forget what we're doing. So, I forget where the doppelganger is. Which dungeon? Do you guys remember? Is it... I think it's this. I think it's this dungeon. Or wait, is it Obsidian? Oh, I think it's Obsidian Cave. It's either Obsidian Cave or... this. It's one of these two. What was this? Yeah, I'm asking, because I forget. We were already there, I just forget, because it was last week. I think it's this. I think it's Obsidian Cave. I don't remember what this is. Oh, I remember. That's the tower. That's the tower. And this is... okay, I remember. Alright, we good. Where's my ship? Down here? Thank you so much for the bits, Doctor. Appreciate it, man. And thank you for the bits price. Wait, you didn't mean to do it twice? Uh-oh. Do you need a refund? I don't know if I can refund bits. I can refund donations. I don't know if I can refund bits. Think of 100 bits, Shadow. I talked about in my Final Fantasy VII Remake review that they couldn't put any, like, super... So this should be the tower. Yep. They couldn't put any, like, super strong materia in the first game because there's actual post-game and other games to come, and they wanted a balanced experience. But honestly, I think it would be really cool when they finally get to the final game and everything's finished and there's nothing else to do. It would be kind of cool if there was a way to get, like, Knights of the Round and it actually was just as broken as it was in the original. I think that would be a cool, like, finale. And maybe it's, like... Maybe they do a thing where, like, the Knights of the Round is protected by a super boss. Yo, Mavic! Thank you for the 233 bits. You made the counter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Legend. I forget which one. I think these guys are weak against Bolt. Nope. Which one is it? Fire? Maybe it's fire. In the remake, in order to get summons, you have to beat the summon in a battle. Most of them. So they could do a thing where, like, the Knights of the Round are a super boss, and then you get Knights of the Round for beating them. Yep, it's fire. And that way, like, once you beat Knights of the Round, they can give you something that's broken because you already beat the super boss. Like they do with Emerald Weapon, where, you know, once you beat Emerald Weapon, you get the Master Materia, but you already beat Emerald Weapon and he's gone. But yeah, I don't know, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to actually see them, like, just completely make a super broken Knights of the Round. Just for old time's sake. Also, these things have so much health. Holy cow. I don't think they should remake any other Final Fantasies. I think 7 is the only one that really fit the bill. 7 was the only one that got so much post-game content. Like a movie and several other games and books and all sorts of things. Yo, Maiko! Thank you so much for 21 months. Oh, by the way, real quick, I apologize for not doing this earlier. What is the... Yeah, we're a bit... Music's a bit high. I can't get it to where I want it. It keeps jumping over the value that I want. There we go. Sorry about that. I want to make sure that all the videos sound the same. So when you're watching them in order, they all sound the same. So I wanted to make the volume level correct. But yeah, I don't think any other Final Fantasy really needs a remake. I think if you want to play them, just go play them. I could show the widget. I have it here, hold on. There we go. Wait, it's not the right chat. There we go. Like, yeah, you could do a remake of 8, since 8 looks so terrible nowadays, but, like, you already have the quote-unquote remaster. And I don't know. Like, I don't know. That just doesn't make much sense to me. I don't think you should remake any others. Focus on making a good Final Fantasy 16. Which, by the way, I heard that they came out and said something about the Final Fantasy 16 trailer and said, like, the graphics aren't done. They were just trying to make some kind of gameplay trailer instead of just a CGI trailer in order to show off what they've been working on. So, like, but the graphics aren't where they're supposed to be yet, which is a good news, because that was everyone's big complaint. They were basically like, listen, we could have just showed you garbage CGI, but instead we were like, let's give them something to actually look at. And you guys were like, meh, graphics. Like, they were mad. I don't know if they actually said it like that, but it came across that way in the article I read. Like, we put together this great trailer. Yeah, man. Ooh, hello. Honestly, like, if I remove myself from that trailer, just in my head thinking about a PS5 Final Fantasy 16 with Devil May Cry type combat, or like Devil May Cry inspired combat with PS5 graphics and I guess like you know, being on the PS5, there's just a lot they can do. It can be a huge game and have a lot in it. Like, that sounds pretty amazing. That's got me hyped, you know? Even for somebody that hated 15, I think I can put aside my frustrations and jump on the hype train and get excited. Because, come on, it's fun to be excited about video games again. I really haven't been excited about video games in a long time. There's certain games that have come out that I've been excited about, but for the most part, I just kind of pick up games later when they go on sale and stuff. This is kind of the first time where it's like, PS5 is coming out, a brand new console, and experience new things, and Final Fantasy 16. There's a lot of other really good games that are looking like they're coming soon. It's an exciting time. With Microsoft buying ZeniMax, do you think Sony should buy Square Enix? I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't think Sony can buy Square Enix, can they? Like, I think you're underestimating how much money Microsoft has. Like, Sony hasn't been doing that great other than PlayStation. Microsoft is still Microsoft. And Square is pretty big, and also centered in Japan and not here. Then again, where's Sony? Where's Sony centered? I don't think Sony's centered here, are they? Oh, are they? In California? Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. That would be kind of difficult, wouldn't it? But yeah, I think I think you underestimate how much money Microsoft has. I don't know if Sony could do the same thing. Maybe. Alright, so we use the black mask on this guy, I think. Oh, that's weird. I can't, like, use it. Huh. I can't use it. Maybe I'm misremembering. I'm pretty sure they said use the white mask. Maybe I gotta... Maybe there's somewhere else. There's like a place I have to put it or something. This is a great dungeon to level up my magic. Actually, I think the red ones are bolt. Yeah. How's it going, Deluge? Yeah, I'm wondering if there's either, like, somewhere I need to place the mask, or I need to go back to the town and, like, show them that I have it. And then they, like, tell me how to use it or something. Oh, I screwed up. Ask Majora. Majora, what do I do with this mask? Yep, Crash Bandicoot 4 came out today. I have it pre-ordered, so it should be headed to my house. I'll probably get it at 11:59 p.m. But if we do get it before then, we'll probably play it. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually a huge Crash guy. We did a marathon of every Crash game ever made 2 years ago. And every time a new Crash game comes out, we do play it and 100% it on stream. So we will be doing the new Crash. You missed Crash Bandicoot Warp? Go play it. There's a lot of different ways to play it. You can buy it on PS3, you can buy it the original, you can buy the remastered, the remake, Insane Trilogy. They're all good. No, it's available physical today. Because my physical version's on its way. Yeah, it's probably a Portugal thing. They don't trust you. They don't trust the Portugal people. You only get the digital version. Take that. This is for all those times you were there and not here. Portugal is going digital. The whole country, the whole thing is turning digital. By this time next year, everyone there is just going to be code. This is madness. Yeah, Crash Team Racing is still a good game, but they really blew it. They really blew it hard. In, like, one of the most frustrating ways possible. Really sucks what they did to that game. Gold hairpin. Protects against lightning bolts. That's a strange, specific thing that it does. There's nothing inherently wrong with microtransactions in a game where everything is potentially free. But the way they went about it was probably one of the worst ways I've ever seen anything ever. They, like, lulled everyone into a false sense of security and sold the game to kids, being like, hey look, this cute driving game with cute characters, E for everyone. And then they were like, by the way, you want some skins, kid? Let's up the price of all the skins in the store in hopes that you grab your mom's credit card, because we're Activision. Activision, evil laugh. Pretty awful. Not to mention, the online blows. So, don't know why you'd want any of those skins. The online is god-awful. There's no ranking system, no reason to play online, and half the time when you come in first, it says you came in last. Crash Team Racing, the new one. Which, I don't mean to poop on it that hard, because it was a great game, but they just blew it later. CTR had the potential to be, like, a game that brought everyone back to the arcade racing game, you know? Like, the potential to be the next Mario Kart. It could have been amazing. They brought in all the kids and all the older fans as well. They had everyone playing Crash Team Racing, and then they blew it. If they would have supported that game correctly, everyone would still be playing it, and there'd be a second one, and it'd be like Sony's Mario Kart. But instead they were like, let's just blow it and make, like, a little bit of money. Let's make some money on the people that need to get everything. The completionists. Let's make some money off of them. And let's make some money off the kids that don't know any better. And let's make everyone else hate the game. Sounds like a plan. Activision Squad rollout. Yeah, and that's the way I feel about... So, okay. Why is there a behemoth just chilling in this forest? Hello, Craig? Hello, Craig? This is Death. What have you done? That's the way I feel about almost every game that comes out. It seems like they could make so much more money playing the long con, and instead, they always have to make a quick buck and blow it. It's always bothered me. Like, okay, you want my big rant, okay? I apologize in advance. Here's my big rant about Call of Duty Zombies, okay? I know none of you care about Call of Duty Zombies, but I do, so you're gonna listen to my rant. So, Call of Duty Zombies has been a mode with a very specific fan set. Like it's a very cult thing where a bunch of people like zombies, no one else cares. Right? And it's been this huge thing. There's been this huge zombies community with like some of the most popular YouTubers that are specific zombies people. There's this huge community of people that just play zombies. And Activision has been playing them for fools for the past 15 years. Like, just forever. I don't even know. When did Call of Duty World War come out? Like, for so many years, Activision has just played them for fools. Whenever there's a zombies mode, they always combine it with everything else, so you have to buy the $100 version of Call of Duty just to get like one zombies map that you need specifically for the storyline for zombies. It'd be like if Square made you buy Kingdom Hearts 3 in order to get Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. That's basically what they did to zombies. Because I know a lot of you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. So just pretend like Kingdom Hearts 3 came out and Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core came out, but in order to own Crisis Core, you had to buy Kingdom Hearts 3. That's basically what they did with zombies. Anytime you wanted a zombies experience, you had to pay full price for a Call of Duty experience. And on top of that, they would support the Call of Duty experience way more than they would support the zombies experience. And they would split it in a way to where if you were playing zombies, you got no kind of benefit. But if you played multiplayer, then you got benefits. Like, they'd have these battle passes come out, and if you played multiplayer or you played the Fortnite mode, the Battle Royale mode, you would get these perks towards skins and all sorts of cool stuff for all the modes. But if you played zombies, you wouldn't get jack squat. So they always screwed the zombies mode, like, to the point where at the very end of the final zombies map of the story that everyone was waiting to finally finish after years and years and years of playing the zombies mode, the final zombies map was super rushed. They got no time to finish it. The final cutscene that basically finished the whole story off was like a slideshow instead of an actual cutscene, because Activision just pulled the plug on zombies. They were like, we don't care about zombies, it doesn't make us as much money as Battle Royale. So they basically just pulled the plug on everything and said, screw you zombies fans, right? So that's where we were until literally 2 days ago when the new zombies stuff released. And now they're pouring a ton of money into zombies because they finally realized how much the zombies community actually like cares and matters. So now they're putting all this money into the zombies mode. They're making it a big deal. They're making it combined with everything else. And they're making it, like, huge for the next Call of Duty game, right? And I'm just sitting here like, man, if they would have just played the long con, instead of, like, spending all this money on the Battle Royale modes to make a quick buck and screwing the zombies mode, if they had always put that much money into zombies, then this new zombies would have, like, such a bigger fan base, and they'd be making so much more money. But instead, they screwed the zombies mode over and over and over again so they could make a quick buck off of skins and stuff in Battle Royale. And now most of the zombies people have already jumped ship. So, and I feel that way about so many different games. There's so many games where it just feels like if they were to just keep it cool and not screw the fan base, they would make more money in the end. But instead, they're like, but money though. You know? And I don't know. It's just, I feel that way about so many different games. And it sucks. And I think that's why indie games are so popular, because they're just experiences that actually are great. And that's it. Hey, how's it going, Reptile? Don't worry, my man. Good to have you back. If you type !! Fantathon into the chat, Demon, you can see all the games that we're playing. We're playing the main series, but then there's also a vote war for a bunch of other games, and whichever win the vote war we'll play. The top 2 we're going to do full playthroughs of, and then the next 8 we're going to do quick playthroughs of, like quick couple hour plays of. All the info's on the page. Ouch. And I mean, you know, like I said, it's the same thing with the remake, and that's why I have a lot of, I guess, I give Square Enix a lot of credit, because with the remake, they could have done the same thing. They could have strung everyone along and done all sorts of microtransaction, you know, BS. They did a bit of pre-order BS, but for the most part, they just made a good game, and everyone bought it for the money that they felt was reasonable, and they still haven't even updated the game. They're like, nope, here's the game, enjoy it. So I give them a lot of credit. Okay, so maybe I gotta talk to Ninja Boy? I don't know. Someone's gotta tell me what to do with the mask. Go to the cave. Maybe I'm supposed to go to the tower next. But that's weird, because I thought they said I needed the staff to open up the tower. I thought someone else said that I needed the staff. Oh, let's try it, see what happens. Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe I go to the... Maybe I go to the tower first to get the staff and then go to the cave. Yeah, that's one thing that you can say about Square, is that they understand their IPs a bit more than a lot of other companies. Cough, cough, Konami, cough, cough. I don't know, it doesn't seem like I can go here either. The heck? I don't know what it wants me to do. That face when Black Ops 5 is coming out, and Black Ops 3 with all the zombie maps is still $100. Good old Activision. Good old Activision. How's it going, Aaron? Did you hear the person who started Blizzard decided to start a new gaming company for the gamers because of Activision? We'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's pretty frustrating because, like, whenever I talk about stuff like this, usually the response is like, well, they're companies, they have to make money. But my argument is that they could make more money if they were smarter with their IPs, you know what I mean? Like, I think anyone that thinks that Bethesda made money off of Fallout 76 is completely out of their mind. You know? Like, to think that a quick cash grab like Fallout 76 is actually beneficial to Bethesda is ludicrous to me. Like, you're not making money. I should have used... But it doesn't seem like companies really care much about brand recognition anymore. Maybe they just kind of realize that it doesn't matter or something. You know? EA is the best example. They haven't cared about their brand recognition in a million years. Like, they don't care at all. They have been the most hated company for a long time. There was some, like, vote for the world's most hated companies, and EA, I think, won. And it wasn't just gaming, it was like all companies. And EA was like the most hated, or one of the most hated. And that was years ago, before like Battlefront and stuff. It's like pretty wild how much people hate them. In the sub-level of Mysidia is a statue of a goddess. It is the guardian of the crystal rod. So wait, is it this I have to do now? I thought this took the rod. But I guess it couldn't be this and the... Okay, you know what? This is probably it. Why is the mask, like, alive? Okay. Oh, I think I get it. You gotta put the white mask on the statue, and that's what moves the doppelganger. See, that's, like, not very intuitive, because this is not near the... this is not close to the doppelganger. Makes sense now, but it's kind of confusing. Because the one guy was like, use the white mask to get through the doppelganger. Which, to me, sounded like I have to go up to the doppelganger and use the white mask. In fact, see, now I get it, because the one guy said, use the white mask on the doppelganger, and then the other guy said, the doppelganger is protecting the rod, and then this guy said, the statue is the protector of the rod. So you have to, like, combine those three things and be like, the statue controls the doppelganger, which protects the rod. That's actually kind of cool, how they didn't, like, come out and say it, but instead gave me, like, three different things that I kind of had to put together in my head. Now I just have to duck down near the wall and wait for the tornado to come. Yeah. Duck down with the red crystal equipped. But yeah, like, EA has not cared at all about... And they know what... Like, I know why they don't care, because a lot of the games they make are just for the general populace that don't really follow gaming news. That's why EA doesn't care. They make sports games, and wrestling games, and games that people will just pick up and play that aren't super game fans, but just, you know, pick up the latest whatever. So they don't need to look good to the gaming community. And basically what they do, time and time again, is they do stuff that's absolutely deplorable, and then they get called out for it, and then they just remove it. And it doesn't have any lasting effect on them because everyone that cares about the game bought it anyways. They've done it so many times with the UFC games and other games where they like do something that they already know is people are going to hate, but they do it because they can just sell the game, make the money, and then remove it. It's pretty wild, but it works. Works for them. Oh, the wrong way. Yeah, I mean, they just know their market, you know. They know that wrestling fans are going to buy their wrestling games, not people that specifically follow EA and all the bad things that they do. Holy cow, that damage. Alright, I gotta go to the bathroom, but I'm gonna get to the cave first. That parasite is kind of terrifying how big its mouth is. Alrighty.